Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to start from a new page, page number 7 in geography. Soil as a resource. You know, soil, how will you define the soil? Soil is the disintegrated form of a parent rock. When it's break into pieces and from the parent rock it is formed. It takes a lot of million of years to form the soil. Now, soil as a resource. Soil, you know, everything it is important. It's a renewable resource which can be made, which can form again and again. It is the medium of the plant growth and supports different types of living organisms. Not only the plants are grown on the soil, but many other living things are also related with the soil. The soil is a living system. It is a living system. It takes millions of years to form a soil up to a few centimeters in depth. Its thickness is given. Relief, parent rock and bedrock, climate, vegetation and other forms of life and time are important for the factors of formation. Now, factors of formation of the soil, not only climate is depending, but also like time is depending, then other forms, relief, parent rock, these are all the factors for the formation of the soil. Various forces of nature such as change in temperature, action of running water, wind and glaciers activities of decomposers, etc. These are the factors which occur on the for the formation of the soil. Now here it's written contribution to the formation of the soil. Chemical and organic changes also takes place for the soil formation. Soil also consists of organic humus, that is inorganic material. Soil has consist of organic and inorganic materials. Inorganic humus is contained. On the basis of the factors responsible for the soil formation, color, thickness. When the soil is formed, we have to see its color, thickness, texture, age, chemical and physical properties. The soil of India can be, on this basis, the factors of production. Soil can be classified into different types. Now, classification of soil. The first is given here, alluvial soil. Then second is given black soil, and other type of soil is given like red and yellow soil, laterite soil and arid soil. The first is alluvial soil. This is the most widely spread and important soil. How it is formed? With the three major rivers from the northern plains, the alluvial soil is formed. These have been deposited by three important Himalayan rivers called the Ganga, Indus Ganga and Brahmaputra. They bring a lot amount of alluvial soil. These soils also extend in Rajasthan, Gujarat through a narrow corridor. You can see the alluvial soil is spread in the Rajasthan and Gujarat through a narrow corridor. Alluvial soil is also found in the eastern coastal plains, particularly in the deltas of Mahanadi. It is found the Godavari and the Krishna and the Kaveri rivers. The alluvial soil consists of various proportion of sand, silt and clay. It is the formation, alluvial soil is the formation of sand, silt and clay. As we move inland towards the river valleys, soil particles appear somewhat bigger in size. Now in the upper reaches, the river valley, that is near the place of the break of slough, the soils are coarse. Such soils are more common in Piedmont plains. Now this type of alluvial soil can be seen above, and the divisions are given like Dwars, Chaws and Tarai. Apart from the size of their grains of components, soils are also described on the basis of their age. Soil can be classified on the basis of their age, the time. According to their age, alluvial soil can be classified into two parts. Old is known as Bangar and new one is known as Khadar. There is a big difference between the Bangar and the Khadar. The Bangar soils has higher concentration of the Kankar nodules. It is having a nodules, and in the Khadar it has more fine particles and is more fertile than the Bangar. So Khadar is a new one and Khadar is more fertile in compared to Bangar. Bangar, it's an old alluvial soil. Alluvial soils has a whole are very fertile. It's very fertile soil. Mostly these soils contain adequate proportion of potash, phosphoric acid and lime, which are ideal for the growth of sugarcane, paddy, wheat and other cereal and pulses crops. So here we can see a number of crops are grown. It is very fertile soil. Due to its high fertility, regions of alluvial soil are intensively cultivated and densely populated. This soil is very productive. Number of crops are grown. So here you can see the most population can be found. Then soils in the drier areas are more alkaline, that is quantity of salt is there, presence is there, and can be productive after proper treatment and irrigation. It can be treated, it can be changed into a new form of productive soil by the treatment and by the irrigation. Now second is black soil. The different type of soil is here. Black soil, we call it as a Rager soil. This soil is also known as Rager soil. Black soil is ideal for growing the cotton plants and is also known as black cotton soil. It is believed that climatic condition along with the parent rock material are the important factors of the formation of the black soil. So black soil, we call it as a Rager soil. Here it is given, and it is very important for growing the cotton. This type of soil is typical found in a Deccan Trap. In the south you can see this black soil. Then here it's written, it is formed by the made of lava flows. They cover the plateau of Maharashtra, Saurashtra and Malwa. Here it's written, they cover the plateaus of Maharashtra where the black soils are found, mostly in Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Gujarat and Malwa. Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh also extend in the southeast direction along the Godavari and Krishna valleys. So these are the Deccan Trap where the black soils are found. The black soils are made up of extremely fine, that is clay material. Here the black soils are found in the form of clay. They are well known for their capacity to hold the moisture. In addition, they are rich in soil nutrients such as calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash and lime. This line you can underline which things are added in this. These soils are generally poor in phosphoric contents. They develop deep cracks. You can see when they are dry, the black soil, we can see a deep cracks are there during the hot weather season, which helps in the proper aeration of the soil. These soils are sticky when wet and difficult to work on unless tilled immediately after the first shower or during the pre-monsoon period. As you know, in the hot season, this clay black soil is having a lot of cracks in it, and it can be treated with a well-known pre-monsoon period. Now come to the next, that is your red yellow soil. This is another type of soil, red and yellow soil. Red soil develops on crystalline igneous rocks in areas of low rainfall in the eastern and southern parts of the Deccan Plateau. Now it can be seen in the eastern and southern parts of the Deccan Plateau. It is a crystalline igneous rock. Then yellow and red soil are also found in the parts of Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, southern parts of the middle Ganga plain and along the Piedmont zone of the Western Ghats. Now these soils develop a reddish color due to the diffusion of the iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. It looks yellow when it occurs in a hydrated form. In a very dry form, when it is occur, it seems the color of this soil is yellow. Then come to the next type of soil, that is your laterite soil. Laterite has been derived from the Latin word later, which means brick. Laterite soil means a brick, which is the formation from the Latin. It is derived from the Latin word later. The laterite soil develops in areas with high temperature and heavy rainfall. Where there is a high temperature, that area, or heavy rainfall, the laterite soils are found. This is the result of intensive leaching due to heavy rainfall. It is found, laterite soil are found where there is a heavy rainfall. This type of soil can be seen. Humus content of the soil is low. Humus is very less. because most of the microorganisms, particularly the decomposers like bacteria, get destroyed due to high temperature. Here the temperature is more, and the heavy rainfall is there. Laterite soil are suitable for cultivation with the adequate doses of manures and fertilizer. It can be done proper treatment by adding manures and fertilizer. These soils are mainly found in Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, and the hilly areas of Odisha and Assam. After adopting appropriate soil conservation techniques, particularly in the hilly areas of Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu, the soil is very useful for growing tea and coffee. This laterite soil is very useful in these areas, and coffee growing tea and coffee very famous for this soil. Then here it's written, red laterite soil in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala are more suitable for crops like cashew nuts. So in a laterite soil you can grow the tea also and the coffee, but some areas they are also growing the cashew nuts. Now next is arid soil. Arid soil range from the red to brown in color. They are generally sandy in texture and saline in nature, salty in nature. That is a sand formation also. In some areas the salt content is very high. Now in this arid soil the soil content is more, and this common salt is obtained by the evaporating the water. So salt is more here, saline condition is more here due to the dry climate. Now high temperature, evaporation is faster and the soil lacks humus and moisture. Due to this dry climate and the high temperature, you can see the soil is lack of humus and moisture also. The lower horizons of the soil are occupied by conker because of the increasing calcium content downward. The conker layer formation in the bottom horizon restrict the infiltration of the water. After proper irrigation, these soils become cultivable, as has been in the case of Western Rajasthan. You can see these soil can become better after taking irrigation, and it can be found in the western part of Rajasthan. Now next is forest soil. Forest soil. These soils are found in the hilly and mountainous area. This forest soil can be seen in the mountains and the hilly areas. The soil's texture vary according to the mountain environment where they are formed. They are loamy and silty in the valley sides and coarse-grained in the upper side. In the snow-covered areas of Himalayas, these soils experience denudation and acidic with low humus content. Now in this type of soil, you can see the forest soils are found with the less humus content. The soils are found in the lower parts of valleys, particularly in the river terraces, and alluvial fans are fertile. So this type of forest soil can be seen in the upper area, in the mountain area and hilly area. Next is soil erosion and soil conservation. As you know, soil erosion and soil conservation, how soil are eroded, and how the soil conservation we can save the soil. The denudation of the soil cover and the subsequent washing down is described as a soil erosion. As you know, more and more upper layer, when it is denuded, when it is removed, this soil erosion creates. The process of soil formation and the erosion go on simultaneously, and in general there is a balance between the two. Sometimes this balance is disturbed due to the human activities. Now this denudation, soil erosion can take place by so many factors like human activities like deforestation, cutting of more and more trees, overgrazing. If you will take more overgrazing, then there will be a soil erosion. Construction and mining also, they are the factors for the soil erosion, while natural forces like wind, glaciers and water lead to a soil erosion. So these are some of the factors when the soil erosion occurs. The running water cuts through the clay soil and makes deep channels as gullies. Deep channels are there, the land becomes unfit for the cultivation and is known as bad land. This land, the soil erosion, when there is a soil erosion, there is a no, there is uncertain, there is no cultivation, and it can be known as a bad land. In the Chambal Basin, such lands are called ravines. Sometimes water flows as a sheet over large areas down a slope. Now, in such cases, the top soil is washed away. You know, more and more factors are there under which you can see the soil erosion. This is known as sheet erosion. Sheet erosion, the upper layer, when it is removed, that is known as sheet erosion. Wind blows loose soil of flat or sloping land known as wind erosion. When there is a strong wind, it also removes the upper layer of the soil. Soil erosion is also caused due to the defective methods of farming. If the farming is not taken under proper way, then soil erosion occurs. Plowing in a wrong way. Plowing also, when in the cropping the plowing is required. If it is in a wrong way, then there is a soil erosion. That is, up and down the slope form channels for quick flow of water leading to soil erosion. Plowing along the contour lines, the row wise, can decelerate the flow of water down the slopes. Now this is called contour plowing. Steps can be cut out of the slopes making terraces. If you want to stop the soil erosion, you have to make some slope making terraces. Now terraces and cultivation restricts erosion. It terraces, if you will create, then less erosion will be there. Western and central Himalayas have well developed terraces farming. Now most of the Himalaya places, you will see the farming is done in a terrace way. The stepwise it is done. Large fields can be divided into strips. Big fields can be divided into strips. Strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. Now both the sides there is a crop, but one strip is there in between which can stop the soil erosion. This breaks up force of the wind. This method is known as strip cropping. We call this type of cropping as a strip cropping. Planting lines of trees to create shelter. Now if you will plant out the trees to grow in a row wise, we call it as a shelter belt. This also can stop the soil erosion. These shelter belts have contributed significantly to the stabilization of the sand dunes and is stabilizing the desert in the western India. Now you can see this shelter belt can be seen in the western part of India where the soil erosion is safe. Now here the next part I will take tomorrow.